Hola, hola, my language amigos, ¿cómo están? This is Virginia again, and this time we are going to finish up with the first 5 lessons of the Spanish Starter program. So if you've made it up to here, then congratulations. It means that you have understood, or at least you have read all the previous lessons. And so today we are going to have like a kind of refresh, a recap of the previous 4 lessons. And why are we doing this? Because we consider, all of those 4 lessons that we had are very, very important when you are a beginner in Spanish, because, if you remember how to say the greetings and how to express yourself and how to describe other people, then you can officially communicate in Spanish as a beginner. So we consider it's important to do some refresh of all the content we have seen before. So what did we study before? Well, if you remember the previous lessons, we had a lesson about greetings, another one about courtesy expressions, how to say the greetings, buenos días, buenas noches, ¿cómo estás, right? And then we had the courtesy expressions, the usual, por favor, please, or we had gracias, thank you, and you're welcome. We said de nada, or a la orden. So we had these courtesy expressions, right, that helps us, navigate through dialogues that are very, basic dialogues in the everyday of the language. Also, we learned the most important verbs, the verbs ser and estar. They both mean be, and they are very, very important when you are going to describe other people. If you're going to talk about their emotions, or if you're going to describe them as, the personality traits or the physical appearance. So they are crucial to know as beginners. Then we, of course, since we needed some vocabulary to use the verbs ser and estar, we learned some adjectives and the rules of their adjectives, such as the number agreement and the gender agreement, female, male, plural, singular. And later, after we studied all of that, we finished up with the affective verbs. So today we are going to just do a recap of all of that, so you are completely ready to start a conversation in Spanish as a beginner. Okay, so let's start right away. So what are the greetings that we studied? The saludos. Los saludos son buenos días, buen día, which means good morning, buenas tardes, good afternoon, and buenas noches means good night or good evening. Okay? Then we have ¿qué tal? What's up? And we had chao and adios. They both mean bye and goodbye. We also have, the others that are classics and you already know, so we didn't include them here because we know you know them, like hola and cómo estás, okay? Muy bien. Now we continue with some courtesy expressions, expresiones de cortesía. We have por favor, please, right? De nada, a la orden. If I say por favor, quiero un café, it's like, please, I want some coffee. And then the waiter or the person who attends me would say de nada or a la orden, right? We have perdón, disculpa, sorry, or excuse me. And no te preocupes is don't worry. For example, if I say disculpa, ¿dónde está la panadería? Excuse me, where is the bakery? Right? So we would use this when you travel, right? When you want to know where a place is, we normally say excuse me or please, would you tell me, right? So these are very, very important, especially when you're traveling and you're a beginner, right? Very well. Now, how do we express ourselves, or how do we ask questions when we are getting to know other people, right? We would say something like, ¿cómo te llamas? You probably remember this one. It's a very popular one. ¿Cómo te llamas? Means, what is your name? The simple answer can be 2, right? We can say, mi nombre es, or me llamo. They both mean my name is. So I can say, mi nombre es Clara, me llamo Clara. Or I can say, mi nombre es Virginia, me llamo Virginia. ¿Cómo te llamas? Muy bien. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? Soy de Ecuador. Soy de Venezuela. Soy de Canadá, right? You can say the name, you name the country after soy de, okay? Or you can say yo soy too, right? Muy bien. Mucho gusto. Nice to meet you. Like when you say nice to meet you, right? And the other person can reply as well, saying igualmente. It's like saying me too, nice to meet you too, or likewise. Muy bien. Now let's do some practicing with the verb ser. As I was saying before, in Spanish we have two verbs that mean be in English, right? The verb to be, the big one, right? In Spanish we have two. One is the verb ser and the other is the verb estar. They both mean be, but the difference is in their use, okay? So we use the verb ser for permanent things or permanent features, and estar for temporary descriptions or things about people, objects, and animals and situations, all right? So here we are going to practice a bit with this famous singer in Latin America, Bad Bunny, and we have some adjectives here to describe him, okay? So, since we are going to describe him, his occupations, as we use it with the verb ser, remember, since it's permanent, the things, or usually permanent things, we say things as the physical, or the appearance, or we talk about personality traits, or when we talk about nationalities or origin. So that's why we use the verb ser to describe people, right? So here we have some of them as this occupation, which is cantante, singer. We have loco, crazy, actor, actor, puertorriqueño, Puerto Rican, feo, ugly, and alto, which means tall. So all of these can apply to him. They are all grammatically correct because they are singular and they're masculine, okay? And this is a male singer. So I am going to say one, but I want you to do the rest, okay? So here in the comments below, I want you to, if you know him or not, you can also create or play with these adjectives because they're all grammatically correct to describe him. So the one that I would use is Bad Bunny es puertorriqueño. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, okay? I'm describing his nationality. Now, can you tell me another adjective about Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny es, or you can say él es to replace for him. Muy bien. So I will wait for the comments below. Now, the other verb that I was saying before, the verb estar, that also means be. Remember, they both mean be, okay? So the verb estar, we use it when we talk about temporary things, right? Locations, emotions, states. So here we have some adjectives that we can use when we talk about, or when we want to use the verb estar, okay? So a good question would be, ¿Quién está? And we have some people down here in the bottom, and then we have some adjectives on top. So these adjectives are felices, mean happy. It means happy, but in plural, okay? Feliz, one person, or singular, and felices, plural. So it gives an idea of, you start looking from to the pictures down below. Then we have molesta, can be upset or it can be angry for a woman, and it's single. It's a singular adjective, okay? Then we have in Argentina, bien means good or well, triste means sad, and relajado means relaxed. And it ends with O, so it belongs to male, right? So it's singular and male. Now, we have 6 adjectives and 4 people to describe, okay? So I am going to choose one, but I want you to choose the others and describe them, okay? So for example, I will choose Pedro, and I will use the adjective relajado, which means relaxed, right? Relajado, it fits perfectly with the description of Pedro. Pedro está relajado. It means at this moment he is relaxed, right? It's not like he's relaxed that's part of his personality. No, we are describing a state in which he is in, so we say Pedro está relajado. Now, I want you to tell me ¿Quién está felices? Who of them is feliz? Who is happy? Who are happy in this case? Who is bothered or upset or angry? ¿Quién está molesta? ¿Quién está en Argentina? ¿Quién está bien? ¿Quién está triste? Y quién es, relajado, I've already used it, okay? So try to choose. We have 3 more to choose. And of course, some of them can be applied to some of them as well, okay? Muy bien, I will wait for the comments down below. Now, let's see adjectives. We have adjetivos masculinos and adjetivos femeninos, masculine and feminine adjectives. And also we have some neutral, okay? The majority of the adjectives are going to be masculine or feminine, okay? So we have simpático, it's sympathetic. Gordo means fat. So they all end with O. That means it's masculine. Now, I can say a sentence like, mi papá es simpático. You see? My father is kind or sympathetic. Then, feminine, we have bonita and delgada. They both end with A. That's that's the way that we recognize as female. And I can say, mi mejor amiga, my best friend, es bonita. My best friend is pretty. Muy bien. Now, we have interesante and amable that we can use for both. I can say, mi mamá es interesante, it's female, but I can also say, mi papá es interesante. For both, it's correct, okay? It ends with A. Muy bien. Now, verbos afectivos. Affective verbs, when we talk about them, it's, in English you say, I like something, right? You use the subject I and then the verb. But in Spanish, we would conjugate it instead of with yo, which is the subject I would use it conjugated through the third person, because when we talk about affective verbs, let's remember that it's when something affects me, that causes me to like it, or to get bored by it, or that I would be interested in something, okay? So that we would have to say, a mí me, a ti te, and a él or ella le, right? So we have verbs like gustar, to like. So I say, me gusta, or a mí me gusta, a ti te gusta, y a él le gusta, or a ella le gusta. The same would be for encantar, to love, molestar, to bother, aburrir, to bore, and interesar, to interest. Okay? So, for example, a mí me interesan los libros. I am interested in books, you see? And I would say it in plural because books, libros, it's in plural. Okay? So I would say interesan. Alright? Muy bien. Now, ¿qué te gusta hacer? You can say me gusta or no me gusta. Ir a la playa, go to the beach. Leer, to read. Jugar fútbol, play football. Y meditar, to meditate. Okay? Muy bien. Now, let's do some practicing here for homework. I want you to answer these questions. ¿Qué te encanta hacer en vacaciones? What do you like doing in vacations? ¿Qué te molesta de tu ciudad? What is something that bothers you about your city? And you say, me molesta, and the rest. And then, ¿qué te aburre hacer todos los días? What causes you, what is something that can bore you every day, doing every day, okay? So I'll wait for the comments down below. And if you want more homework, we have a link where you can enter and have many more exercises. So nos vemos nuevamente en el futuro, and I'm very happy that you have been able to see all these lessons. So very good job, muy buen trabajo. Nos vemos pronto, amigos. Chao, chao.